Deep in the Mayur-Banj forest, a logging operation has ground to a complete halt. The machinery sits idle, and the dense, misty tree line is entirely devoid of workers. A local tribal laborer ventured too close to a ruined stone temple hidden among the trees. He returned trembling, claiming a Daini, a witch, lured him inside and tried to consume his blood. That single story paralyzed the entire camp. Enter our two problem solvers, Bibhuti, the frustrated bureaucrat whose ledgers are bleeding money, and Taranath Tantric, a seasoned occultist visiting as an observer. For Bibhuti, the problem is no longer a matter of staffing. His entire workforce has opted for unemployment over facing the shadows of the forest temple. But Taranath notices a detail everyone else misses. Drifting through the trees is the faint, intoxicating scent of kasturi, or musk. To an occultist, this specific fragrance signals a real occult presence nearby. Bibhuti's spreadsheets and logical appeals find no traction here. In the face of a collective spectral threat, a government mandate is an empty gesture. Taranath follows that scent and vanishes into the night, forcing Bibhuti and his companion Kishori to track him. This image shows where they end up, the 64 Yogini temple in Hirapur. Notice the circular, roofless stone architecture. It's an ancient enclosed arena, completely isolated from the outside world. Inside, the men stumble into what appears to be a divine mirage. The ruins are bathed in a mysterious, warm light, and they are surrounded by enchanting women who attempt to hold their hands and trap them in the temple forever. Then, the illusion drops. The soft feminine figures rapidly corrupt into Pishachinis, bloodthirsty demonic entities with grotesque faces and rotting flesh. The men are frozen, facing genuine, lethal terror. Just as the creatures close in, Taranath invokes Bhairava. A towering, overpowering spiritual force manifests in the center of the arena, shattering the demon's domain and allowing the men to escape with their lives. While a campfire story might chill the blood, the ritual sequence within these walls nearly ended 3 lives in minutes. Taranath alone understands the weight of what they've touched. Returning to the camp, the silence of the laborers feels different. After escaping the lethal trap in Hirapur, the imagined witch in the Mayur-Banj ruins seems small, yet it remains an immovable obstacle to the logging work. Rather than explaining the truth, Taranath proposes a bizarre solution. He announces he will perform a grand nighttime tantric ritual right outside the ruined temple to banish the supposed evil spirit. He orchestrates a massive sensory overload. He chants complex mantras, builds a massive fire, and hurls offerings like flowers, vermilion, and bones into the blaze, completely mesmerizing the terrified villagers. At the height of the ceremony, a squealing pig bursts from the darkness of the ruins. Taranath authoritatively declares this animal is the physical manifestation of the banished demon, driven out by his magic. Moments later, a soft light appears from within the dark temple. The villagers creep forward to find 3 oil lamps illuminating a stone idol. Their paralyzing fear evaporates instantly. It is a strange irony. A master occultist, having barely survived a lethal supernatural attack hours earlier, resorts to casting out a phantom that never existed to save a logging operation. There was no witch in Mayur-Banj. The grand exorcism was a meticulously staged fraud, constructed entirely by Taranath. Look at the schematic. Kishori hid in a dark corner. He tied up a pig, released it on Taranath's cue, and lit the lamps. Overlaying the villager's cone of vision reveals how the stone walls completely hid his movements. Taranath's justification for the trickery is practical. You cannot cure an irrational fear with cold logic. Telling the laborers the ruins were empty would have accomplished nothing. Taranath understands that a spectacle of fear can only be dismantled by a superior performance. The laborers needed to see the demon defeated with their own eyes. While incomprehensible mysteries do exist in the dark corners of the world, the monsters that stall our daily lives are usually our own creations, and if we built them, we can banish them, simply by choosing to believe in a different narrative.